All right, everybody, thank you for joining us on Coffee with Democrats. It is a great day, and I am just so excited. I'm looking out the window right now in front of me. I'm at the Cleveland County Democrats headquarters on Gray Street in Norman, Oklahoma, and I'm joined today by Anna Dossett. She's running for Oklahoma Senate District 35. We are doing our coffee break on Coffee with Democrats this morning. How exciting is this to be in a position where we can talk to one another using, technology? And you're in Tulsa, and I'm down here in Norman.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me this morning. I got my coffee too. It happens to be in my kid's little mini water bottle this morning. But that's sort of life right now. Get up early, stay up late, take care of kiddos, knock those doors, raise that money, all, one step at a time towards November 5th. You're seeing me in my mobile office here too. So here's the car. Here's the dress later. I'm in the suit now for my next appointment. Got that dress later for door knocking. But I would not have it any other way. It's a little bit of a kind of chaotic, period in life, but also one that I find very fulfilling, gratifying, knocking those doors, raising those dollars. As fun as that doesn't sound, it really, it's really something. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to do that. Especially, yeah, please go ahead. Yes.
I just put your banner up there for people to know how to help you. You were talking about money. Let's put that up there for right front and center. We need that financial support for you.
Yep, absolutely. There were so many individuals, large donors, small donors, incremental $5 a month donors last time in 2020 who helped me win Senate District 35 the first time. And that's no different this time, 2024. There is something about being the incumbent that does help a little bit, but that doesn't ever replace those relationships that you built a long time ago. Those folks who committed a long time ago when you weren't the incumbent, when you were the little underdog, who helped you out however they could. I tried to do that in my own way for candidates I support. We've got a hot mayoral race going on here in Tulsa. A little different than state level stuff where I'm running, but municipal. And I've chosen a candidate, and I make a very small monthly donation to that candidate. And it sounds cliche, but every little bit helps.
Absolutely.
So thanks for flashing that up there. I'll talk your ear off unless you got any specific questions you want me to answer.
Keep right on going. I'm just so excited to be here. And really, this is such an exciting time to be a Democrat in the United States. But I really think this is an exciting time to be a Democrat in Oklahoma. And your candidacy and what you've done to help the Democratic Party and help the people of Oklahoma is so important. And I want you to be able to talk about, some of your initiatives and some of your plans.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's very well stated. It is an exciting time to be a Democrat in Oklahoma. Sounds a little counterintuitive, right? We're in the super minority. I call us the super duper minority because I will tell you what, of the Democrats in the state legislature, there are 20 Democrats in the House, 8 Democrats in the Senate. We go in and outpunch our weight every single day. I think that those mighty 28 folks, I think we're the kind of folks who would go in and do that anyway. I mean, that's just the kind of people we are. But it's an absolute necessity in the GOP supermajority controlled legislature. So we go in, we get our bills heard. We get bills signed into law. We do reach across the aisle and form alliances with moderate, reasonable folks on the other side who are willing to help on good common sense ideas. So definitely, I do not take our super minority status as any type of discouragement. It doesn't cause any frustration on my part. I just go in every day, do the best job I can, and there's plenty of good work still left to do, for our minority. You and I were talking before the show, though. Is it our wish to increase our numbers? Absolutely, 100%. The more numbers we have in the minority, the more we're going to be able to get done in a way that I think will benefit all Oklahomans, not just our Democratic constituents, not just our Democratic base. I know as I'm going door to door knocking every day, I knock Republican doors, I knock independent doors. It's absolutely necessary in my district. And I believe I'm able to convince every single one of them. Even if you're a registered R, even if you're a registered I, right now in Oklahoma, you are best represented by a Democrat, period, at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. And, the things that we continue to strive for is, you're out there door knocking every single day, but you've got a special message for people about, making sure you have your registration up to date and being registered and being able to vote as a Democrat. And also, we need to talk about the actual ballot, where we have that check mark where people can say, all right, I'm going to check an R up here at the top, and then they forget about everything down ballot. You want to, just give us a little bit of what your feelings about are on those.
Absolutely. And probably if you're a listener on this show, you probably know this. Oklahoma still has this straight ticket voting option. It's an archaic, it's an antiquated way of voting. I, as a lifelong and proud Democrat, have never voted straight ticket when I go to cast my vote as an individual citizen. Even if that means every single one of my candidates I'm voting for is a Democrat, I go through and I mark every box. That's just being a good, informed, educated voter, period.
Exactly.
But yeah,
I love the way you said
absolutely.
that. Yeah.
Little tip, little trick though, for if you're out and about, if you're with your friends, if you're with your family, coworkers, church, wherever it is that you go and you're talking about these matters, if you know someone who tends to vote straight ticket R, it is actually possible to mark that straight ticket box and then go down the ballot and cross over to the Democratic candidate that's the exception. And I'm not afraid to say that. When I'm on a door talking to a registered Republican, if there's something in their history, their background, whatever that need is that's fulfilled by marking the straight ticket, okay, but please go on down ballot, especially those down ballot races, state house, state senate, county commissioner. As I was saying before, here in the state of Oklahoma, everybody is best represented by a Democrat right now. If it's a state level partisan office, because I'm telling you, in our superminority status, we're beholden to no one except our constituents.
Absolutely.
We are beholden only to our constituents. And I tell you, I walk in that Capitol building every day, Senate chamber specifically, but I also go across and watch the House from time to time. I see Oklahoma Senate and House Democrats voting in the interest of their constituency, their district, time after time.
And that's what's so amazing. And I love what you have on your campaign website. And it gives kind of a background about who you are. Talks about why you're running, and that I think is an important part that people need to understand. Why are you running? And if you want to talk about that just for a little bit.
At the heart of it, I was a public school teacher for 16 years. That 16-year span was roughly, let's say 2000. Oh gosh, I'm having a moment here. Roughly 2004, to 2020. Yeah. And I saw right in front of me the effects of our state's cuts to public education. There was a 10-year span there, right in the middle of that, where we took the steepest funding cuts to public education in the nation. And I saw the negative ramifications unfold right before me. So it was probably back in late 2018, early 2019, I said, okay, enough. We're going to give this a shot. Guess what? I happened to be a Democrat. But my driving force was I was a public school teacher, something was wrong, and I wanted to help fix it. And just to go backwards a little bit, as far as I happened to be a Democrat. Yeah, lifelong Democrat. When I turned 18, guess what I did? I went to my parents and asked, what are we? Because I didn't know. We really were not. We didn't really know. It was kind of like those things you don't talk about, like religion or politics or women's weight or somebody's age. Like, these are not polite topics. But when I went to my parents and asked, what are we? They told me what we were, and I felt good enough for them, good enough for me. And I'm still here to this day, 43 years old, lifelong, proud Democrat. I would say a pragmatic one.
Right.
Understanding place and time. We live in a supermajority GOP state, but that driving force was public education. So ran. It was an arduous race. Folks listening here may have contributed, may have helped. We flipped a seat.
Yeah.
We flipped a seat, red to blue. It was a seat that had been held for decades by a Republican. It was very difficult to do. It was a high dollar race. I raised $270,000. Opposition spent $500,000 against me. It was narrow margin, 30,000 votes cast. So that was 2020. Biden, Trump on the ballot, presidential year. 30,000 votes cast. We won by 638. So narrow. Anyway, I'm kind of rabbit holing a little bit, but yeah, I was a public school teacher. I saw the damage we'd done. I was a lifelong Democrat. That was just my come from place. People would ask me, well, wouldn't it be better if you ran as a Republican? And it's like speaking a language to me I don't understand. I would not have the first clue. I would not know what to do. No, I'm a Democrat. And wrapping back around to what I said before, whatever your registration is right now in the state of Oklahoma, RD or I, you are best represented by a Democrat right now. We're tough.
And because right now the supermajority, oops, something happened here. We're going to have to get her back on. Sorry about that. I don't know whether that was me or what exactly happened, but let me get you back up here.
There we go.
So what's strange about that is the Republican supermajority that's out there really feels like it's necessary to cater to the special interest. So guess who the Democrats are really focused on? We the people.
Yep.
We the people. That's all that we care about. And it's not about, some big special interest group or some big super church that's out there in Eastern Oklahoma that's wanting to force their ideology onto everybody else. It's Democrats doing what we the people want to do. And that's what I love about every single time you and I have had this conversation before. And I love these conversations with you. You always talk about being pragmatic and simple. And that, again, it's you talk about the thousands of doors. I mean, literally thousands and thousands of doors that you've knocked, and you get to know the people within your district. And I want you to talk about that story you talked about earlier, where that one person who says, you don't have to go on all the detail that you told me, but at least tell them people what the ending of that was.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So yes, thousands of doors, triple digit temperatures. Y'all know, you live here too. It's been a long, hot summer. I do truly take it as an honor and a privilege to go knock constituents' doors and humbly make my case and ask for their votes, RD and I, every person, if they're a regular voter, if they're a frequent voter. That's kind of the strategy behind it. But I just, at the end of a particularly long day, I once lost my cool a little bit when one voter, and who knows, maybe she'd had a rough day too.
True.
One Republican voter said something a little bit extra. She said it with extra oomph. I've never voted for a Democrat, and I never will. And so, like I said, I lost my cool, and I just said very politely and sweetly, ma'am, you can stand here until November, but there's going to be no Republican come knock your door, like I just did.
That's it. That's exactly where Democrats are at today.
And that's where I would argue, we were talking earlier about, it being an exciting time to be a Democrat in Oklahoma. Absolutely. Doors is where Democrats have our edge.
Right.
That's our edge, meeting people on their doorsteps. As far as what's going on in majority right now, so many of our majority legislature members don't have to go knock doors.
Right.
Because it's sort of just like a given.
Yeah.
That, it's just a given. And I would argue when a candidate, and that's not true of all of my GOP members. fellow members in the Senate and the House. But for many of those seats, I mean, it's just a given. It's going to go to the farthest right Republican.
Right.
That race, whatever it is, going to go to the farthest right Republican. Democrats, we take it on. We go knock doors. There are other candidates here in the Tulsa area. Representative Suzanne Schreiber, Representative Melissa Provenzano. I mean, we are on doors every day, all day, and because we have to. It's the right thing to do. It's the best way to meet people. And I would just say Democrats are sharper, more energetic, smarter, and work harder at that aspect of the job right now, and that only makes a better legislature. Legislature and legislator, pardon.
Right. So I'm kind of preface this next little guidance on our conversation about the excitement of being a Democrat. I came in here to the office before hours, and there was already a line at the door of people wanting to come in and get signs. I'm telling you, it's just, it really touches and puts a prick in my heart, because I really am just so touched that people are so excited. But we need to talk about, and I think this is true for your race, and particularly your race. People will want to come out and they want to have that mini rally to support you. Where are you going to be at next? Where are some of the big things that you're going to do where people can come out and join you and maybe pick up a sign, a yard sign, one of your yard signs, or, a Harris Walls sign, or, you've got a couple of great candidates for mayor up there, that whatever, we can support those people and spread the wealth, because we're all Democrats.
Excellent question and observation. So I named a couple of other Democratic incumbent House representatives who are running. I forgot to mention Karen Gaddis is running down in South. Oh yeah, rerunning down for Senate down in South Tulsa. We have two incredible mayoral candidates. I'm running. The Tulsa County Democratic Party headquarters is your best place, your one stop. Go there. I don't know if this is relevant to everybody out there, but it's on 31st Street.
Right.
I don't know. You and I met there. But on 31st Street between Harvard and Yale. Can't miss it. It's right across from the Tulsa Public Schools Education Service Center. But anyway, that's your best one stop. I think I heard that they had recently run out of Harris Walls signs. Good problem to have, right? I'm sure there's more coming. I have seen other those members. I've seen their signs there. Mine will be there soon. We've got a little fun that's going to happen with my signs pretty soon. Just put that out there. But I haven't told anybody yet. But very soon my signs will be available. That's your one stop place right there. Do you have
any places where you're going to be at where people, a meeting place where people can come out and join you?
Ooh, anybody who wants to knock doors.
Oh, absolutely.
Anybody. I am knocking, like when I'm not doing this, I'm knocking doors.
Right.
Okay. Door knocking is ongoing. We haven't had any scheduled volunteer events because, quite honestly, I got a good team of volunteers who are
good.
They're working at their own clip on their own schedule. So definitely, if you want to, and I think you shared my website. That's a good place to get a hold of me. Yeah, that's a good place to get a hold of me. There's a little message option there. You can send a message if you're interested in getting a stack of door cards and a turf list, and either going on your own or going with me or a group. I can hook you up. Because we're going all the time at this point. We're going all the time.
Well, folks, we are here live with Senator Anna Dossett. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person, a great friend of ours, and we are just so excited to have her on and rekindle this conversation that's been too long for us to have. And so I'm not going to keep you on any longer, but thanks for coming on Coffee Break on Coffee with Democrats. It's been such a wonderful time for you. And again, everybody, please go to that website, joannadossett.com. You'll find the Act Blue is on there. Look under Donate. There's her Act Blue. Also, folks, check your registration. Make sure your registration is ready, because October 11th is the last day that you can check your registration. And we've been purged. A lot of people in Oklahoma have had their registration purged. So check your registration, make sure it's up to date. So go to iwillvote.com and you can check that out. Folks, thanks for coming on and joining us on Coffee with Democrats. And Joanna, what a wonderful person you are. Thank you so much.
Oh, you are too. Thank you all so much. This has been a wonderful jump start to the rest of the day. So exciting, so encouraging.
Well, all right. You enjoy the rest of your day. Please be safe in your endeavors. We look forward to seeing you in the Senate again. And we can do this again between now and November 5th. So everybody that's on joining Coffee with Democrats, we appreciate every one of our listeners, all of your participation, all of your sharing and events that we have. Thanks so much. And until tomorrow, everybody, please be safe. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.